What's that noise? You hear it?
I don't hear anything. Is it still there?
Yeah. We're live now, and maybe it'll go away.
All right.
It's like right when you picked up your drink, it started.
Huh.
Huh.
All right. So welcome back, everybody. This is Matt, the Stout Sportsman, and who's that other guy?
Scott.
Scott.
Yep, still with Stout Sportsman.
Yeah, Scott's rocking some new swag today.
I got a cup holder.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I can put it.
Oh, Battleborn. Yep. So how did you end up getting all that stuff?
I said I bought some of their batteries, and I told them that I'd be doing some reviews on their batteries, and wondered if I could get some swag. And they said, no problem. What's your address? And I told them, I think the email was Friday, and I got the box Tuesday. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Now, where are they out of anyway?
They are out of Nevada, the Battleborn state.
All right. I learned something today. I didn't know that they were the Battleborn state.
Yep. Nevada.
Huh. Cool. All right. See, I mean, I really can't wear any of their swag yet because I don't have their batteries. I'm not sure if, at the moment if I can justify spending $1,900 or whatever it was for 2 batteries.
Yeah, it's cool. I may package some of this up and give it away as a prize.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody loves a hat and a koozie.
Yeah.
We have one person viewing.
All right.
Or not viewing. I'm still getting that noise. It sounds like it's a.
Is it like a hum?
No, it's like a clicking. It's like kind of like a baseball card stuck in a
spoke.
Spoke.
Huh. I don't hear it at all.
Now it just got louder.
Can anybody else hear this random clicking?
Oh, whatever you just did, it like stopped it for a second and then started again.
I just touched my headphone cord. Let me try something real quick here. Actually, that's probably not going to work, but we'll try it anyway.
Oh, there you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's gone.
Huh. That's my extension. My extension cord. Yeah, I got like a 6-foot extension for my headphone.
Oh yeah.
My headphones. So I just unplugged that. So maybe that's gone awry already. It's from Amazon. I can return it.
It was weird because it was just right before we started. It started, and then that happened. I remember that noise from a previous one.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's weird.
Strange. Whew. Yeah. So it's been an exciting week off here so far.
Week. So it's been a week since we've been on doing our live show.
Yeah, we were on. Was it last Wednesday?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what have you done to your boat since last Wednesday?
The first thing I did was pull it out of the garage, Ann's garage. Pulled it out of there Saturday morning and brought it back over to the house here. And what did I do Saturday? Pretty much had to put all 3 batteries back into the boat. Last year I ran my 2 trolling motor batteries. I had one right at the very front of the boat at the bow, and I had one under the seating area on the the left or port side of the boat, in front of the cockpit, and was having some planing issues last year. Not planing, but in some rougher water, the front end would kind of dive a little bit. So I ended up for this year moving both of the batteries back underneath the passenger side cockpit. So I just kind of moved the weight a little bit back, and I mean, so far it's running pretty good, and I think that weight distribution helps quite a bit.
Yep.
So I had a lot of rewiring to do. I had to add some length, because basically how I had them, the reason I set them up the way I did last year was so I wouldn't have to add any extra wires or length. So I just kind of had to do a little electrical work. But yeah, everything's going good. Also, I do have that 5-inch Humminbird unit from my dad that he had given me, and I got the mounting thing. Everything's mounted up front, and so my plan was to run the transducer down the shaft of the trolling motor down to the the motor head, and I have the adapter kit and all that. But what I found is I'm probably going to have to take quite a bit of that trolling motor apart to get that wire all the way down to the bottom. Otherwise, it's going to have to go up and around that mechanism toward the bottom.
Yep.
Is that what you had to do with yours?
Yeah. So what I had to do for mine is take the head of the trolling motor off, take the shaft out,
yep.
And then I siliconed the transducer to the shaft.
Right, where that it has the flat edge to it, same as mine. Yep.
Ran it all the way up the shaft through the knuckle or buckle, whatever you call that thing that makes it turn.
Yep.
Did that and then put the head back on. So you're looking, it is a little bit of work.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to have to do. In hindsight, I kind of wish I would have, when I bought that trolling motor last year, I wish I would have bought at least the one with the universal sonar built in, or probably better yet, just went ahead and bought like a Mega Down. Yep. But at the time, I didn't think I would need it. I thought I would be happy with just running the Humminbird, in the cockpit off the back, transducer off the back of the boat with side image. But yeah, I wish I could take that one back, but it's too late now. Unless I wanted to run that transducer off of the back of the boat as well, I could do that. But then again, it's nice to know how deep you are in front and in back. But I'll get it figured out. I got time.
Yeah, I fish enough places where it's 5 in the front and 20 in the back. Those ledges.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've done nothing to my boat other than I changed the oil on Sunday before we took it out. Or no, I changed the oil. I don't remember which day I did it. Saturday or Sunday, one of those days.
What's up, JP? He's back.
I don't see him on there.
I see him. He's on.
Are you looking
here for me?
Oh, huh.
Yeah, I see him.
Cool.
And Jeff's here too. Hot damn.
Oh, you know why? Oh, wait. Huh, weird. I'm not getting the comments coming through. Oh. As long as somebody joined us.
JP and Jeff are here, so.
So yeah, I changed the oil. I'm the 4-stroke guy, so just have to change it once and call it a day. I did that. I held off on doing the onboard and the alternator and the batteries for now. And Sunday we got her wet.
Yeah. How'd that go for you? Not so good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I know what happened. Tell these guys what kind of luck you had.
All right. So took the boat out and we went to Lake Alice, a small body of water.
Yep.
The launch is always a pain in the rear because it's very steep, and the launch isn't very you go back too far, you're going to lose a trailer.
Yeah, it will drop off pretty quick there. Yep.
And it's too early in the season, so they haven't put the dock out yet, which means you're basically launching, and there's a concrete. I don't even want to know what you call it. The concrete part of the dock. So kind of like what's right behind Matt. The concrete part. The concrete part of the dock.
Right. So you're launching, and then you gotta jump onto the bow.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But then we also took the dog with us. So
okay.
So the dog has never been swimming, first of all. The dog doesn't know what water is, and the dog really has never been on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we hit the concrete, she gets down and like hugs the concrete dock part. And so basically I have to, at this point, drag her and put her in the boat. So yeah, that was fun, but she did really well. She sat in the boat and she didn't try to jump out. She didn't try to chase any lures.
Well, that's a plus, because that could be bad.
Yeah, very bad. So yeah, that went well. So we get out to the first spot, and it's dirty water. First of all, we got some wind, and I put the trolling motor down, and my remote doesn't work. So I'm like, this isn't cool. So I try to switch to battery. It wasn't the battery. And so in the meantime, I'm trying the foot pedal just to make sure we're not floating away, and foot pedal doesn't work either.
Oof.
Yeah. So now we don't have, now I'm getting Jeff's messages.
Okay.
So now I don't have a trolling motor, and neither of the ways to actually use it are not working.
So foot pedal and remote both don't work.
Yep. So this whole time Kim's fishing. It's dirty water. We're blowing with the wind pretty good. So I'd say, okay, well, we don't have a trolling motor. Let's go up the little creek, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, out of the wind.
Yep. Let's go down that way, and it's either going to be, a wind tunnel, or we're going to, hopefully find some warmer water and be able to fish a little bit without the trolling motor. So pull the trolling motor up, get everything set, turn the motor on, go to turn around, and I broke the steering arm off for the motor.
That's brutal.
Yeah, so now the motor is like turned sideways, and we're just basically doing circles at that point. And
so that must have been fun getting back to the launch.
Yep. So Kim was on the throttle, and I was in the back, like bear hugging,
manually steering, right,
steering it back to the dock.
Yeah.
Getting the dock part was the interesting part, because we're trying to like basically dock on a piece of concrete without screwing up the front of the boat now, and get in there. Plus the wind is, so as soon as you cut the motor, the wind starts being a player, and that was a rough time. So we got it out, and got it home. $65, and I'm still waiting for it to get here. The steering arm,
yeah.
And it was about almost $200 for the control board for the Taroba.
The head unit, right?
It's actually down, where the battery monitor is.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a control board there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Controls everything. So yeah. So
not a good day.
No, not a good day.
And did you catch any fish?
No bites, nothing.
Wow. What was the water temps there by the way?
Is it 40, 39? No. Wait, no. 49.
49. Okay. That sounds better. I was super surprised. We dropped my boat in the water Monday morning or early afternoon, and I'm looking at the Humminbird, and I'm like, is that right? Yeah, it was showing like, depending on where we were Monday, it was anywhere from 50 to 52 degrees water
Nice.
temps. And then when we were out yesterday, we were out on the main part of the bay, so a little deeper, but anywhere from 49 to 51 yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting low to mid 40s still, but
nice. Yeah, we had some real, like, I mean, there's probably 2 foot of visibility in the water.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, well, soft plastics and drop shot and that kind of stuff is probably not going to work.
Right.
So we did a little bit of fishing before we found out that the steering arm was toast.
Yeah.
And I threw I think it was a curve 55.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a curve 55. Yes, curve 55.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was gonna look for it, but all my lures are in the boat now. So, so yeah, I was like, we need to find some either clear water or
mm-hmm.
Warmer water, and yeah, we didn't end up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, at least you got out. I mean, you didn't have luck like I did.
So it's the first trip blues.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna call it now.
Right.
Last year, our first trip, I forget what it's actually called on the motor. It wasn't piss and water last year.
Oh, your impeller.
Yeah, the impeller was toast.
Yep.
And I hooked myself in the thumb.
Oh yeah.
So that was my first trip last year, and then the first trip this year is dead trolling motor and a broken steering arm. So
now Saturday when I did pull the boat out of the garage and I brought it over to the house here, I was planning on taking the boat out, and I had the big motor running. I put the earmuffs on in the driveway, let it run for about 10 minutes. Ran pretty good. Took a little bit to get it started up, but it ran fine after that. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna deploy the trolling motor while it's sitting on the trailer, just to make sure that everything was functioning. And it wouldn't. It came up and kept saying motor not found, and I was digging through trying to find my manual, which I couldn't find, and I didn't feel like downloading all kinds of crap off the internet for their owner's manual, so I said the heck with it. And so Sunday I went outside and played with it a little bit after I found the manual, and I think I was just not pairing stuff in the right sequence, because I do have the heading sensor that's mounted on the boat, which pairs to the head unit, and then the head unit also has to pair with the remote, because I don't have a foot pedal. So my only operation to run it is either through the remote or through the Bluetooth app on my phone, which I do have, but just as a backup.
Yeah.
But Jeff says he got 2 decent walleye, a 3.1 and a 3.13 pound smallie, which is his PB.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So are you you keeper walleyes? You keep them, or do you toss back? And 3 pound smallie, yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a decent fish.
Yeah.
I was looking through my Pennsylvania fishing booklet that they give you when you get your license, and I like fishing on Lake Erie right now and in the bay. If we do catch walleye in there at this point in the season, we're not allowed to keep any yet, but there's a couple smaller lakes probably 45 minutes from here that you can keep. So
cool. Yeah, I think New York is the first weekend of May for walleye. So yeah. May 2nd this year.
All right. And JP, he said him and his buddy caught 42 bass today. They all weighed a pound and a half.
Sounds like Lake Ellis.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the 3 bass that we caught between Monday and yesterday. They were all about, Ann's was the smallest, maybe like 3/4 of a pound. It was tiny little thing, but yeah, the biggest one I got was maybe a pound and a half. But Monday early afternoon, Ann and I took the boat out, and bay was real calm, and we kind of went back. It's there's a little marina on Presque Isle itself, and then kind of back in there. There's we fished a lot of the shoreline there in the brush and the trees and all that. And I was throwing. What was I throwing? I think I was throwing an L7 movement from 6 cents, and tied into a decent pike. And that one was probably 22, 24 inches. Nice fish, and we didn't get any bass over there, so we went over to a place back in the lagoon area that I like to shore fish from. The water level is so high right now that trail back there is completely flooded out. So when we were fishing Tuesday, or I forget if it was, maybe it was Monday, but we took the boat back in there, and back in that area, you're only allowed to use electric motors. So we just had to kind of take our time with the trolling motor to get us back in there. But we ended up catching 3 bass back there. I caught the first 2, one on a lipless and the other one off of a wacky rig, which both of those always work there. And wasn't catching anything, so I handed off one of my spinning rods with my wacky rig on it, and it was like first or second cast she caught a bass, so she was happy.
Nice.
Yeah. But yesterday when we went out, we went and hit one of our spots that we fished in the fall last year, and I had a hard strike. I saw the fish under the a couple feet under the water. I saw it, hit the bait. I was throwing a jerk bait, 6 cents jerk bait, and it was like 2 or 3 casts later. I'm assuming it was the same fish because it looked pretty big, but it was probably a solid 24-inch pike, and got that up to the boat. He had that tail treble just buried in the corner of his mouth, and that was fun. And actually unhooking it actually broke one of the hooks off the treble in his mouth, getting it undone. And then what was it? Probably about two minutes later or so, and tied into another pike. So we got that one in the boat, unhooked that, threw that one back. Not even like a minute later, she's throwing like a Rapala jerk bait, whatever. So she's almost got this thing to the boat. There's like 5 feet from the end of the rod tip to the bait, and that sucker hit right at the boat. And like literally, she was trying to, going to lift the bait up out of the water, and it hit. So we net that one, we get it in the boat, and that thing just starts turning and turning. And he had like it's one of those rubber nets, and it was just completely wrapped around the fish. So we had to like try and unwind him, and that was fun. And then she doesn't like catching pike. I really don't, at least we're catching something, but we left. I'm like, I don't feel like catching pike all day. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of angry fish with really sharp teeth. So.
So what do you got planned for the rest of the week?
I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a little bit colder these next couple of days, and it looks like we're going to get a little bit more rain. So I don't think I'll be out on the boat. Maybe Saturday or Sunday if it warms back up a little bit and if it's not wet. Not that I don't mind the rain, but if it's 40 degrees out and it's raining, it'll crush your spirits real quick. I mean, luckily we did get rain down quite a bit yesterday when we were out on the boat, but we both had rain jackets. I didn't bring my full bibs or anything like that, but it was a little chilly. Yeah. Yep. But we'll see. I mean, I'm off this week from work, so probably do a little bit more work on the boat. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all I got planned is hopefully find a few days where it's nice enough that I can go outside and work on the boat, get that figured out.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of stuff to mount and fix, and
we'll
see how it shouldn't take too long, but yeah.
Yeah. One of the other things I did too, Monday, when we took the boat out, I had my new prop on there that I got, at the end of summer last year. And it's more of a, I don't know what the right term for it is, but it's more to get you up on plane quicker. So it'd probably be good to ski with too. But I wanted to see the difference in RPMs between the two props that I have. So my top end with the new prop, RPMs are about 5,600 RPM. I was getting consistently 29, 30 miles an hour. And then with the old prop, which is different dimensions to it, I was getting right about the same, within a mile per hour or so, but 300 RPM lower. So it's not like the one prop's faster than the other necessarily at this point, but like we were talking about earlier, that older prop, I think, if I'm going to be somewhere making longer runs, I think that'd be a better prop because, if you can do the same speed with less RPM, you're going to save a little bit of gas. Not that it really matters, but yeah.
Yep. So how was your water clarity down there?
Not too bad. You could see bottom, I don't know, from about 4, maybe 5 feet, but it's a little bit stained. I mean, the water levels down there are almost as high as I've ever seen them.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just the last 3 years, the water levels down there have been ridiculous. Yep. Even like where I launched, similar to you, like basically if you're looking at what I have behind me, I didn't launch there, but basically that concrete pad and then that first section, that's basically all they had out. Like the rest of it out, that longer piece in the back, they didn't have any of those out. So yeah. But the water levels, like to that concrete pad that's behind me, that water would have been probably 6 or 8 inches from the top.
Yep.
So water levels are just stupid high right now.
Jeff says doesn't catch many smallies, mostly largemouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We're probably 50-50. It all depends on what lake you go to.
Right. Yep. Like me, when I'm fishing inside the bay, it like where I like to fish, it's mostly largemouth. I have caught some smallies in there. There's a couple areas in particular that there are a lot of smallmouth that do come in to spawn. And I mean, over the weekend and Monday and Tuesday, there was an awful lot of bass boats out fishing offshore. So I think once the water temps come up, mid 50s up to 60 degrees, then we'll definitely start seeing a lot more bass coming in anyways.
Yeah. So with the dirty water, you got to use something that makes noise and has a little darker color to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Matt, your baseball card and the tires sound is back.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything. I don't know what it is.
There it is. There. Now it's gone.
Okay.
There must be a connection or something.
I wonder if it's these then. Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, I have to get a new set.
It could be just right where it goes into the your computer.
Yeah, it could be.
It's gone now.
I just can't move.
What else do we have to talk about?
Well, basically, like my plan for the rest of the week here is maybe do a little bit more work on the boat, and I have about 2,000 rounds of pistol ammo that I need to reload while I'm off of work here. So
nice.
That's once I get everything set up, I can comfortably do about 200 rounds an hour. So that right there, well, I got to do 2 calibers, so that I got to switch setups and everything, but that's easily 2 days worth of work. Yeah. But you gotta reload your own ammo if you can't find any at the stores.
True. And
everybody's price gouging right now anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have some videos shot when doing the the battery upgrades and the onboard charger and the alternator. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some more content for the peoples.
Yeah, probably at some point tomorrow, I'm probably going to shoot a couple of videos for a couple of the guns that I've gotten the last couple of years that I haven't, kind of shown you guys yet. And then also, I ordered a pistol. I don't know. It's almost probably 4 weeks ago now, and the day it came into my FFL into the dealer to get transferred, I went in, and this was right as like stuff was hitting the fan, and there was like 20 people in there. I got there like 45 minutes before they closed, and they already had like 8 people waiting on background checks. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't need this right now. I'll just come back. And then it was like a day later, they closed all the shops down. I'm like, crap. So I think it was Friday. I went in after work because I got out at like 3:00. So I made it in there, and I was the only person in there. They closed at 4. I got there at like 4:45, and like, yeah, this thing's been sitting here for like 2-3 weeks now. And I'm like, yep, that's mine.
Yeah.
I hadn't had a chance to get in because they opened back up, part-time for now. So still haven't shot that pistol yet, but one of these days we'll get it out to the range and get it broken in a little bit. Nice. But yeah, I plan on doing a review for that once I do shoot it, and then a couple of ARs and stuff like that. I gotta do some reviews on. Yep.
Hopefully the YouTube police don't start flagging us for gun videos.
Yeah, we'll see. What's the worst they can do? Just they can't demonetize us. All they can do is just give us that bad check mark or whatever. Yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So that's my plans the rest of the week. Reload some ammo, maybe do a couple gun reviews, and we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe do like a walkthrough of the boat or something where I have everything set up. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, you haven't shown the people's your boat. So
yeah, other than that over my shoulder.
which honestly from what I'm seeing looks just like mine, except for, very similar to mine.
It's blue. It's a walkthrough console, but I mean, mine has the seating, the horseshoe seating up front, where yours is casting deck.
Yep.
So you got a lot better storage than I do.
Actually, when I bought mine, the salesman's like, well, if you wait like 2 weeks, I'll have one with like padded seats up front. And I'm just like, nope, I don't want to wait 2 weeks for your padded seats.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need your padded seats.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about sanding or wire wheeling down the outboard and kind of putting a new coat of paint on it, because it is kind of ugly. It's that old 70s, like nasty looking green Evinrude color.
Ooh.
which I don't like, but it's not really essential at this point, so I might just wait. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But I did Saturday. I also did put a new winch strap on it. I had a cable on there. That's what my dad and my brother had on that previously. And last year I had cut my fingers up a couple of times because there was a few frays on it, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So I ordered just a new strap, 2-inch strap for it, and that's working out real well. So
yeah, those are so easy to change.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's I think pretty much all that I did with the boat so far.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this weather just dictates everything these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Even like today, I think it said 0% chance of rain, and it was sprinkling for probably half hour earlier today, late morning.
Yeah, yesterday I was going to work on the boat, and it was like looked great all day until, I worked till 3:30, and then it was just like 4:00. It just started raining. I'm just like, this sucks.
Right.
I got to look out the window. It's all sunny all day, and then
yeah.
So
Larry, he says he just pulled the trigger and bought a new boat. What did you end up getting, Larry? I know we talked about it a couple of times through Messenger.
I'm not getting messages through.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck's up with this.
Yeah, he's watching on Facebook.
Yeah, I only have 2 messages that came through from Jeff.
Okay.
So
All right, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff says he's home, so have a good night. So I'm assuming he was probably on his way back or way home from work.
Cool.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yep. Larry says he didn't get one yet. Oh, wait. Just pull the trigger and buy a new boat. Oh, I gotcha. How am I supposed to buy a brand new boat? I'm not made of money
Yet.
yet.
It was looking pretty good the other day.
Yeah, it was. So we'll see. I think we're getting close.
Chain link's looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're
almost back.
15% in the last day.
They're 16.9. They're up to 320.
Okay.
And we're over 20 cents for XRP.
Nice. We're just off subject talking right now. We're talking about some crypto assets, cryptocurrency type stuff. So Scott and I are into that. We don't talk about it much on YouTube here, but things are looking good. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it continues.
That's my retirement. If you can't tell, I did the stay-at-home haircut today. So I sent a picture I took a selfie and sent it to Ann, and I got my shirt on here, and she's like, "Oh," she's like, "looks good," and she's like, "Nice shirt," and I'm like, "It's my retirement shirt."
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost. I think this weekend's going to be my stay-at-home cut.
Yeah. And one of the best investments, speaking of stocks and crypto and stuff like that, one of the best investments I ever made in my entire life was back in the late 90s. I bought like a $30 or $40 set of hair clippers that I still have, and they still run like a champ.
Really?
Walls, I think, WAHL. I got all the the guards and all that stuff, and I got the cape, and that thing is just. That saved me a ton of money. Those times when I just want to do this. This is with the half guard. So, yeah, it's easy. I was starting to get a little ratty looking. So,
yeah. I just bought a new set myself. I don't know what I go through them. I think this is my third set in 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, I've literally had mine since like '99.
Wow.
Yeah. But I use gun oil. I use gun oil to keep it oiled up after every time I use it. So
nice.
Yeah, it works great. So I've definitely made my money back.
Yeah, I think I spent $30 this time on Amazon and got I think it actually has a lithium battery in it. It's
Okay.
I don't even know what brand it is. Some no name brand.
Mhm.
But it's it's wireless or cordless.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm old school. I have the corded version. I mean, if you're cutting the hair in the bathroom, there's always a plug, right close by to the sink. So works for me.
Nice.
Yep. And I'm more aerodynamic too.
Good.
Floby. Nice.
I remember the Flobies.
Yeah.
I've had a few Floby cuts myself.
You'd think that they would be advertising right now because there's so many people that are at home, like, getting gangly.
Yeah.
It's been, I don't know, probably almost a month now since I had a haircut, maybe even longer. So I'm like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah, I usually cut mine every 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah. So what else you want to cover today? Anything else?
I don't really have much of anything.
All right.
It's been tough these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it has. I just sent in applied for my unemployment for this week. So we'll see how long that takes to come. I mean, I'm not in the position where I need it, but I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are in much, much worse situations, but yeah, like from what I'm hearing, it's like 3 to 4 weeks before you get any unemployment. So, but at least I'm only off right now for this week. I think I'm going back Monday, so I'll be back all next week, and then after that, there's potential for another week or two off after that. We'll see.
So we talked about it in a previous episode about the 6 cents rod covers, the rod sleeves.
Yes.
And on Facebook yesterday, they had an ad on Facebook, and somebody commented about, will we ever see spinning rod covers?
I hope so.
And the 6 cents account replied with, in the fall.
In the fall. Okay.
Fall.
Good. I'm much looking forward to them because I've talked about it since I think day one when they first came out with the bait casting covers. So yeah, that'd be nice.
They're I think they're $10 a piece. So
yeah, it might be a little bit more for the spinning ones because you're going to use a little more material, but
they'll get $50 out of me pretty quick.
Oh yeah, easy for me. Yep.
Kim likes those a lot better than the other mesh ones.
Yeah, the Chinese finger ones. Yep.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about too, that bait cast rod that I got last week or whenever it was, I picked up a Lewis carbon fire. It's a 7-foot medium power, moderate fast tip, and so I had the only bait casting reel I had pretty much laying around to put on there was that Cast King Assassin. So I put that on there, and I think there's some 8-pound braid on there. I put my floral leader on, and I used that Monday, and caught one fish with it. The rod's great. Just wasn't super happy with the reel on it. So I think I'm going to take that reel back off and put it back on the cherry wood, and get a different reel. So I've been looking to either put a Lewis carbon fire reel on it, but I've also been looking at the Daiwa Tatula. There's I think it's a 8.1 or 8.3, the Type R or whatever it is, but they're a little pricey. There's one on eBay right now for $129. It's normally, I think there's $199 MSRP. So I might pull the trigger on that just to put a real nice reel on it. So we'll see.
Would you say that Daiwa
Tatula? Yeah, it's a Type R.
Just looking on let's see. Look on Tackle Warehouse. Tatula 100. I don't see any Type R's. So
yeah, it's 8.1 ratio. Yep. You get it cheaper for the right-handed version, but that would be wrong.
At least we both can agree on if you reel with your right hand, you use both on your right hand. If you reel with your left hand, you use both. None of that switching between spinning and casting. Those people are weird.
Actually, you can get the Type R in different ratios. I'm looking at one right now with the 6.3, so that's nice.
The Tatula 100 is 160 on Tackle Warehouse.
Ooh.
6.3, 7.1, and 8.1.
8.1, yep.
But
yeah, the one I'm looking at is the Type R 100 XSL. Yeah, 8.1. And that'll be for with a medium power rod, that'll be for small to medium sized crankbaits mostly.
So one thing that I've been thinking about is when you're talking about line with these rods, if you have a real stiff rod and you're using braid, it doesn't stretch.
Yeah,
you're creating like extra, like less stretch. like even less than if you had a rod that gives with braid. So when people start like talking about rods, you also need to think about what kind of line you have on it.
Right.
So
if you're you go to set the hook where you're running braid off of something with a stiffer backbone, and you set that, you can break your line or rip that sucker right out of its mouth.
Yeah. So if you're somebody who uses a lot of braid, like for me, I use a lot of braid with leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually like more of a soft tip, softer rods as it is.
Yeah.
So just that's just something to think about. I know I almost all of my rods, other than my two crankbait rods, I run fluorocarbon. Actually, it's the P-line Fluoro Clear, so it's like the copolymer.
Right.
With on the crankbait rods, which have a lot of give to them.
Right.
Both of the rods I have, you can bend them right over pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing to think about, is make sure you have, you're not going too far with, the braid and extra stiff rods.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a little bit of give.
Yeah. Yep.
Or else you're just going to be ripping the lures right out of their mouth.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Especially the younger and smaller bass, for sure. Yeah. They don't have that hard, not hard, but their lips aren't quite as thick and weathered yet.
Yep.
I mean, I've caught plenty of bass over the last couple of years where you get that thing to the boat and there's like an inch, gaping hole from where that hook's ripping.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not good for them.
No.
So just think about that when you're picking your rods or picking your line.
Yeah.
Give yourself a little bit of give, but also, just be mindful of how you're setting the hook and what you're setting your hook with.
Yep.
Don't be all King Kong on your drop shot rods.
Yeah, we did a little bit of fishing offshore. A couple of the points, or not points, but a couple of the spots that I marked, with nice ledges and stuff from last year, and just kind of cruise through there, that 5 to 7 mile per hour range, just seeing if we could mark any fish, and I didn't see anything out there. Like I said earlier, there was a bunch of guys fishing offshore in the bay, different spots, but a couple of the guys I talked to at the launch, said they were catching some fish, but nothing big. So I think it's still a little bit early, especially for the bass down here. I mean, once we get another 5-10 degree water temperature, I think it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just holding that temperature overnight.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know we're going to lose some water temp here in the next couple of days because it's going to be down in the 30s. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. I think I even saw like some snow flurries on the forecast, which isn't good.
There's a day up here that we're supposed to see some snow showers.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my 10-day forecast here.
Yeah.
Friday morning AM snow showers. Low at 29, high at 37. But Sunday, 20% chance of rain, 62 for a high, cloudy. So I might be able to get the boat out Sunday.
Yeah, we only have a 55
high
on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm actually on call this weekend, so for work, which it should be being Easter weekend, and with the way things have been, I don't think too many people are doing well, other than the production people.
Yeah.
I mean, issues.
Like nobody's even talked about doing any Easter dinners or anything like that. So it's probably not the best thing to do at the moment. So
yeah. Actually, two years ago, we We skipped out on Easter dinner and we drove home from.
We drove home from Cumberland.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. 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 It's so, this year is just so much different. Crazy.
Yep. All right. I think we're pretty much done for tonight.
Yeah, I think we are. I think what I'm going to do after this, just before we went on, I pulled up the Bassmaster site, and there's a deep cranking with Keith Combs. So I wanted to kind of read through that article real quick.
I saw that.
That's what I got. That's what I got planned for the next couple minutes after we're off here. Yep.
Still waiting for them to put up their new sweepstakes. We haven't seen that yet. So.
Yeah, and I haven't got the phone call that I won yet either. So.
Yeah, I think it still says winner announced soon. So.
Yeah. I'm always hoping for one of those random phone calls or emails or something, but I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. You think being members we'd have a better chance?
But. Right. No. Nope. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, look out for hopefully some more videos soon.
Yeah.
From both of us. We're a week away from 6 Sense ordering of our next boxes. So
yeah,
probably not this coming. So 2 weeks.
Yeah, they should be out.
Yeah,
they should be out within 2 weeks. We should have them posted up. So
yeah, 2 weeks we'll have we'll have a live show where we compare all the boxes.
Yep.
And then probably the couple days before that we'll have our unboxings.
Yeah, one of yours and 2 from me. So yep.
That went pretty well last time. I think we got some good views from that.
Yeah.
And I think people enjoyed being able to see 3 different boxes.
Yeah, just to see the differences between the 3. Yeah. I still do have to go on and change up my survey stuff. So hopefully I don't think I got any lipless crankbaits at all this past month. That's a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
I need my lipless fix. One other thing, when Ann and I were shore fishing, I don't know, it was late last week or Saturday or something, we were fishing, and we were fishing kind of over by the marina that we launch at, and I had cast it over and got a lure stuck on some brush that was down under the water. And so I took a picture exactly where it was. And so yesterday on our way back into the marina, we trolled over there with the boat and actually got it out.
Nice.
And I fished with it. I did fish with it a little bit because we fished a little bit more before we, went back to the launch. But yeah, it was nice to get that back, and it wasn't rusted out or nothing. So I'm like, yes.
That's good.
It's always nice to get an $8 bait back. Yep.
You traded $8 in gas for $8.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
All right. Let's call it a night.
Yeah, we'll call it a day.
Thanks for joining us, people.
Yeah, appreciate it. Definitely. And just keep your eyes peeled for later this week. Hopefully we'll get some random videos posted up for viewing enjoyment.
I think we've already almost done as many videos this year as we did
all last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
All right, guys, stay stout.
Right. Stay stout, and we're out.